Good afternoon, everyone. It's good morning for another minute. I'm early, I think. Am I on? Don't know. How are you? Hello, everyone. Victoria Cochrane here from Northwest Tassie, in the bedroom. No, sorry, in the office. And hoping that you're all well today, enjoying isolation or making the most of it anyway, getting creative, doing lots of meditation. Hopefully not eating too much, like I've been trying not to. Thanks to my husband who's set up this his computer now so that I can sit in comfort and not worry about whether I'm going to have reception or not. Want to come in?
No, that's all right.
No, he's just there, just checking.
Just making sure.
So let me know if you're on and
Can you hear you?
if you can hear me. That's the main thing. So if the sound is good or not, would be good to know. So just wait for a few people to jump on because I can't see if anybody's there or not. So today I would like to talk about Grant. Hi, Grant. Great to see you. He says, sounds good. Thank you. That's great. Today I just want to talk about, thanks, darling, what happens or what's happening for people in terms of awakening, because it's happening for a lot of people. Hi, Shannon. Lovely to see you. Hi, Anne. Thank you. And I've had some calls and texts lately from people who have had visitors, strange kind of visitors, or, just gifts emerging, or so I just thought we might talk about how you're going with your spiritual development and with your psychic gifts, and whether you've had some good experiences or scary experiences, and go from there. I am, for people who don't know me, hi Jane. Most people on at the moment do. But I am a psychic channel, a clairvoyant, and an advanced theta healing practitioner and author in the northwest, on the northwest coast of Tassie. Yes, we're safe. We're about 45 minutes from Burnie and the hospital and all of that, and we haven't gone anywhere near there, so we're all fine. Hi Janelle, great to see you. Hi Angela. Hi Selena. Yeah, so we live in a pretty good spot actually on the water, and we have an Airbnb next door which our son is using as an office. So we have two big backyards and we're in a really good spot for isolation, so not going too choppy or troppo as the word is. So that's all good. So I hope you're all fine as well. But, and I'm able to do my work online. So it's really great that I can still connect with clients online and do readings and healings. So that's been pretty good. And I'm writing a course at the moment that I'm going to advertise soon, a series of 5 online workshops for people who would like to develop more in their spiritual development. So, yes, tell me how you've been going. I had some great feedback from last week. Hi to Donna if she's watching, but a lady let me know that the meditation that I channeled actually helped heal her macular degeneration, and that was amazing. And it was like, well, I actually channeled that meditation. I didn't write it down beforehand, and so I had to go back and watch it so that I could write it down, and I was just really thrilled for her that it made such a difference. So it's great to get feedback like that, and I love that the Creator and the Masters can help people through the work that I do or through the work that other people do as well. So that's really wonderful. So we will do a meditation today. I have chosen some cards to do a collective card reading, Earth Magic cards. So we're all kind of pretty grounded to the earth at the moment. So I just thought I'd perhaps choose a card first to, I might just connect on here too to see how I'm going with. I keep blinking a little bit, so just let me know if I drop out or anything. Right. So yes, I'm going to just talk about what to do if you do have some scary things happening or whatever. I had a client come on the other day and just say that she had woken up for a week or two with feeling that she had a presence with her. And it wasn't from the spirit world, it was from kind of other worlds. And that was, they were peaceful, they were fine. But, let us know if you're having anything like that happen, because there's a lot happening now with the COVID-19. It seems to be an awakening. I did a channeling last week on the Ascension portal, which I'm happy to read out. And I've got a friend, Rachel, who'll come on. She's late always. She'll come on and say, hey, I'm late. She's been seeing a lot of numbers, a lot of synchronicities of people, the numbers of people getting the virus and that kind of thing. So it definitely is linked to Ascension, but I wouldn't like to say how much. I just, I think quite a lot. It's a chance now for us to let go of what we don't need and to actually start to bring in our gifts without fear. And fear is the biggest blockage, isn't it? There's been a lot of fear. The COVID-19. Oh, here we go. I've missed all these comments. Hi, Georgina. Shannon. This morning I had an epiphany of information hit me while in my shower regarding my granddaughter's kidney issues. Then my right ear went kind of silent, except for the ringing I always have got super loud. I felt like that was a sign of truth. Fantastic. That's great, Shannon. Yeah, look, never discount anything. Signs are ringing in the ear is a download and a sign for sure. And that's just wonderful. Go you. That's really empowering. Fantastic. Poncho says, yes, I'm seeing all sorts of things. Thank you for sharing your knowledge about what all this means. Thank you. And I don't always know exactly what it means. And I'm not sure that I need to know all the nitty-gritties. I think it's more important to help people stay positive and to actually work through it and to keep developing, even though there's lots of kind of darker things happening. Georgina says, I have fairies hiding things in my house at the moment. Okay, yes. Hi, Marie. Great to see you. I hope you're well. You're welcome, Cherie. Grant says, still 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Hi, Robin. Great to see you too. I keep blinking. Do you see me blinking? Can anyone tell me? Oh, I don't know what's happened. Thanks, Robin. Okay, fairies. Yes, they're divas. They're a friend of mine actually accidentally took a picture of a diva healing a crystal with heat, and they're definitely fairies are not a figment of our imagination. They're of the second plane, and they'll hide things. They're very mischievous. So if you have an impish little infant or a child who's really, really playful and a bit naughty sometimes, they possibly have an aspect of fairy or some kind of elemental energy in them. And but they're very powerful beings as well. But they don't always work. I wouldn't say not ethically, but they have their own vows and commitments. So the laws of the second plane are, and the second plane is vitamins and plants. So if you work a lot with herbs or trees or anything, you're working with the second plane of existence. And the nature sprites, the fairies, elementals, they are of the elements, earth, wind, fire and water, and they are nature, and that's their task, to keep everything in balance. And what we do on earth doesn't always help them do that. Hi, Stacey. Your crystals are okay. So every crystal has a diva in them, and I'm really happy that Georgina's talking like this, because there's nothing that you could ever tell me that I would never discount or believe. And crystals do have their own energy, and they do have a diva attached to each one. And so it would be great if you could tune in to what they're trying to say, and that would be by just holding them and just focusing in on and feeling into, if you're not clairaudient, which is not getting the sounds and the channelings, you could just kind of feel in. So the law of the second plane is that you do something for me and I do something for you. So it's the law of direct exchange. It has to happen straight away. And why they're hiding things, perhaps they want your attention, and they would like to ask you to do something for them. If that's the case, they will repay in kind. They always do. If they do something for you and you don't repay, like leave them a crystal or something like that, they'll just pinch one, because that's, they're quite entitled to it. So angels wouldn't do that. It's a different kind of energy altogether. They'll just like, well, you didn't repay me, so I'm taking what's rightfully mine. And so that's the energy of that. Wow, Anita says she's surrounded by insects and spiders. That's interesting. Okay, right, so you're the adult, Georgina, so you take... some crystals don't like to be together, and actually Robin, it would be good if Robin could comment on that, because Robin Stone is the master of crystals. She works with crystals, she sells them, and I wonder, Robin, if you could just pop up, if they're chattering and they want to be moved around and they're arguing, they're not happy. Hi, Donna, great to see you. I hope you're well. Then is that a sign, or do they need cleansing? Or if Robin can pop up a comment about that, that would be great, because Robin knows a lot more about crystals than I do. Okay, so it's great to slow down and connect with everyone, isn't it? I really love this time. I really do. Okay, so I'm just going to bring myself up to make sure that I'm... all right. I just want to tune in to see about this insects and spiders. So generally, insects and spiders weave their own web, and insects work for the greater good. So let me just ask about that. All right, so insects and spiders live in the moment. They work for the greater good. They also preserve their own energy. They make sure that they're all protected and safe. And I think that might be a really good message for everybody. But Anita, perhaps that might be one for you, is to work to make sure that you're protecting your energy. We don't just work for the greater good, okay, because the greater good is not always for our highest and best, so we can sacrifice our energy or trade energies and deplete ourselves and be really zapped, and we shouldn't have to work in sacrifice. So I would say that the message might be not just to give and give and give, to make sure that you get an exchange of energy and to make sure that you're protecting yourself. And also insects and spiders, they all just they just know how to be. they're in synchronicity with nature. They are not doing for the sake of it. Everything has a purpose. So it might be also to look at what your purpose is and to actually start honing in more on that. And that's just off the top of my head, but it kind of makes sense. Butterflies are change. Butterflies means that change is happening, but it's transformational change. So transformational change can actually be sometimes messy, sometimes painful, because people or events or things, they kind of leave, but that opens the way for new things coming in. So to embrace the changes that are happening without, but also within, and to actually really work on yourself. All we can do is work on ourselves. We cannot work on anyone else. We can't control anything or anyone else except our own thoughts and behaviours and belief systems. And so that's about just embracing those changes and asking your guides and the Creator to guide you. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of people say that, and I'm really grateful that people align to my energy. And I guess I'm here to help. I'm here to guide and help people, and I just love doing it. So thank you for that. Janelle says, 2 weeks ago I had a drilling feeling in my right ear, once when I was meditating and again when I was going to sleep in bed. I've had days where I've just been vibrating, and it's all around my buttocks and things, and it's vibrating. And to me, that's just the masters bringing me to a higher energy. The drilling feeling. You're welcome, Donna. Drilling feeling. So today I'm happy to tune into people in order to help you know what's going on with your ascension and development, because I think that's really important. If you're not able to, you're taking notice of the signs, but you're not too sure what it means. And if I don't know, and quite often I don't, I have the ability to actually remote view in on you and just see what might be going on. There's a lot of golden light. It's on your right ear. Is that the ear that you said? Yeah. Oh, there you go. It is. It's on your right ear. There's a lot of golden energy, yellow golden. And I'll just ask to be shown who or what that is. It's an archangel. Archangel Jophiel. Janelle, I think you have the gift of clairaudience. Clairaudience is not just hearing, like you might hear a clang, or elementals will do that. They'll clang or they'll make really kind of sharp sounds around you. Archangels are more likely to give you a bubbly feeling, a clairsentient feeling, or soft, gentle touch around your head. But the clairaudience is also channeling, so it's a thought. It's like a thought that's not your own. And yes, you have to get past, did I just make that up? It took me about 2 years to kind of really trust myself with what I was getting. But maybe, Janelle, you could connect with Archangel Jophiel and thank him, her, because a lot of people say Jophiel is female, but all archangels are androgynous. So I think Christine is the Archaea, the female side of Jophiel. So Jophiel, Christine, and there are different names and different spellings for the Archaeas. We'll be trying to give you a message. And so the drilling feeling in your ear would be to try and drill out your clairsentience and make you hear it more, maybe. So you could try, great. You could try automatic writing and just accept every thought that comes in and just write it down. And then while you're doing it, you might think, oh, this sounds like rubbish. But when you read it back later, you'll be amazed. So have a go at that, Janelle. We've had a reply from Robin, who works with crystals. All crystals do have devas and names. They will move on when they have done all they can for you. Some quartzes don't vibrate well with others. That's great. Thanks, Robin. Yeah, clear quartz, smoky quartz, rose quartz. Yeah, some don't vibrate well with others. Thank you for that. Hi, Danita. Bumblebee jasper does not like ruby. Wow. Yeah, I know someone who actually said a crystal jumped out of the box where she had other crystals once, just didn't want to be there. Amazing, amazing stuff. Bailey says, I always have this high pitch ringing in my head, like really, really high pitch, almost like a static sound. Well, there's something called toning, and that comes from the sixth plane. So you possibly could, now I've got someone sending me a message, you possibly are connected somehow to the sixth plane and getting interference. I'd really have to tune in. It can be downloads, so it can be angelic downloads that you're getting, but if you're getting it all the time, we can take charge of these things and just say, look, could you please just make this or back this off, or give me the messages in a form that I can understand, and that's not interfering with my health and well-being, because this is not great. And ask for your highest and best, and say, thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. And that's a decree. So, try that, Bailey. Yeah. Let me just tune in. You do have masters of light around you. It's definitely, I think, angelic downloads, but it's like urgent angelic downloads. It's like really needing to get the message through to you. So maybe try the automatic writing again. So that is how I first came into being able to receive messages. I had no idea. I knew I had my grandfather trying to get messages to me. I didn't know how to do that, had no idea. So I ended up with a pen and paper in the botanical gardens down in Hobart and just cleared my mind and just allowed the thoughts to come through. It was just snatches of words and things, but it made sense. And so it does take practice, but it also takes trust. A good thing to do would be to bring in someone like Archangel Michael, or one of the seven archangels of the seven rays, Jophiel, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, Chamuel. Ask them, Zadkiel, ask them to help you to bring the messages in for your highest and best and in the best way. And then just empty your mind and just trust. Trust is the word that I could give you the most, really. Michelle says, been seeing lots of spirals at the moment. Can you help me clarify this message? I have some cards that have a lot of spirals. So the DNA one just comes up. This is from Earth Magic Cards, and this is karma being released out of your DNA, and that's in a spiral. So, spirals are generally growth and following your path, but growing at the same time. So, and working with the Merkaba. Okay, so that brings us into the light body and bringing in higher light into our chakras. And the Merkaba is the light body. It's the first stage of the light body, connecting you into crystalline energy. And so definitely you'd be having DNA activations, and you'd be having chakra, light body activations and things like that, and definitely lots of growth. And so from within going to without, and so embracing the changes from within, and then being able to create change without, and actually bringing your energy out to the world and becoming a light worker, pretty much, Michelle, I would say. But there are lots of cards that have spirals in them that just use that symmetry, and it's symmetry and asymmetry, and it's just balance, and it's all sorts of things. Donna, hi Donna. Okay. Oh, now I need a pendulum. Gee, this is it's all a bit hodgepodgey, but I hope it's interesting for people because it's what's going on for people now. Back to Shannon and the person who said they have high-pitched ringing. So I hum all the time, and sometimes I'm humming hymns, sometimes I'm humming Christmas carols, sometimes I'm humming Crowded House, sometimes I'm humming Kookaburra Sits on the Old Gum Tree. I don't know, I wake up to what am I humming, and I'm toning. I think I'm just toning all the time. And so toning is a form of bringing the chakras and the bodies into balance. We can do it through chimes, through crystal bowls, through the voice, and the angels and the masters will bring it in too to help balance out the energies that are coming in for you. So for some people, toning is very, very important. And for others, there are other modalities that they use. And so, I think if you're, I've just kind of decided that is the way that I keep myself in balance, is humming all the time, and whatever I'm humming. And people just go, oh, when I was a teacher, it's like, Mrs. Cochran, you're humming all the time. Yeah, I know. No, sometimes I don't even know I do it. So my spirit must just have the way of knowing how best to keep me in balance that way. Tonal values, dual tones. And so viruses can be toned. I'm pretty sure the COVID virus could be toned. Any virus can be toned and transmuted to harmless. Headaches can be. Everything has a vibrational frequency that is high or low depending on what it is, and can actually be changed through vibrational frequency. And so we don't actually have to live with these things. And, anyway, so toning is a very important thing. Angelic frequency solfeggio is the way to go. And my friend Gary Martin works with solfeggio chimes and solfeggio frequencies. And he has a Facebook page, Solfeggio Sound Healing. And you can go onto that. And he also has a website, cosmotune.com. And he and I have put out a new light source video, or a series of little clips that you can watch where he captures light spectrums, and I have some channelings over the top, so you might like to get onto those too and have a look. Hi Beck, nice to see you. Tanya says, I get animal spirits often making an appearance. Lately there have been dead animals, crocodile, dolphins, crickets. I look up meanings for them, but wondering how to call upon them and working more in connection with them. Okay, so just a few words of warning. I'm flickering a lot, so just let me know if I'm not very clear. So animal totems, that kind of thing, is shamanism. Please don't work with them directly, because you're going then into vows and commitments in the spirit world that is an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and sacrificing energy. And it's mysticism. It can be very healing, but it's also can be quite harmful, and we can end up sacrificing senses and all sorts of things. The safe way to work with them is to connect to the unconditional love of the Creator, which is not religion. It's just connecting to the highest source of energy, which is unconditional. So as a theta healing, as a theta healing practitioner, I've learned about working in the planes of existence safely, and I do teach that. I'm not a theta healing practitioner. I'm not a theta healing teacher, but there's no patent on the unconditional love of the Creator. So I just teach people to always connect to the light of the Creator first. And it's as easy as saying, I hold the intention of being in the unconditional love of the Creator and being protected from trading and sacrificing my energy. That's all you have to do. And so it is. And therefore it will be done. And then you can work with spirit guides, you can work with animals, you can work with the angels. And the angels they come from the angelic realm or the upper fifth plane, which also has sacrificing belief systems and vows and commitments. So it's the best way is to ground yourself and to connect to the light of the Creator. If you can't see it, just bring it in. Hold the intention that you're connected to it and in that beautiful light, and then you can't go wrong. You've got a lot less potential for trading energies or creating or bringing in attachments or anything like that. So once you've done that, if you're seeing dead animals, I don't know what that means. Dolphins would be awesome to connect to because they're ancient Atlanteans and that kind of thing. So I think you just really have to be discerning. Spirits and spirit guides, and they'll all want to, angels, they all need to ground through our energy. They can't work on the earth unless they're grounding through a person. And unless we really protect ourselves and make sure that we're not just giving and giving and, because if we're giving with our free will, they will take. And yes, it will help the earth, but it will drain us and it can actually be very harmful. So don't allow them to zap your energy. Make sure that it's always for your highest and best, and that you just say, I will help you in the highest and best way for my highest and best without a sacrifice of energy, in the energy of unconditional love. Make sure you do that. Okay. Okay, Kim says, I've been seeing double, triple digits in numbers, especially on the clock for ages now, but it's happening all the time. I rarely look at the time and it's not double, triple. I rarely look at the time and it's not double, triple, quadruple digits. Wow, you're on the right path there. Well done. Humming, spot on, Victoria. Yes, Perla, do you do that too? I would like to read to you the channeling that I did on the Ascension portal, which came up when a client said she was just seeing 1147 all the time. And I didn't know what that means. I know that, there's a whole reams of stuff on what the numbers mean and all of that. But in terms of what's going on at the moment, it was quite fascinating to see that 1111 is actually the Ascension portal, and people who are awakening and ascending now. This is basically the next wave of ascension, the next wave of people who are becoming way showers, which is what I am. I'm a way shower, helping others to awaken and to know what they're doing. So it's the next wave. We come in waves and we wake up when we're ready. And so that was fascinating to read that. So I'll bring it up and read it to you if you haven't seen it. If you go onto YouTube, Mario Gattialadino from Italy actually puts quite a lot of my channelings out on robotic voice, and there's a lot on YouTube at the moment. A lot of it's from Pleiadians, Atlanteans, Arcturians, saying that they're working for the planet and this is the awakening. Just read it all with a grain of salt. Mine too, just see what resonates with you and what doesn't, because some people have purer energy than others, but there is a lot of information out there to say that what's going on in the world at the moment is actually an awakening of some sorts, and a beginning for some and an ending for others. And so it's interesting. And as I said, transformation can be messy and painful, and sometimes people take the way out. Georgina says, I find varying music being played gets me balanced on my singing bowl. Yeah, have a go at listening to Gary's solfeggio chimes. I've got one just down here on the floor. I'll just grab it. So this is actually at the 444 frequency, and so the global healing that a lot of us took part in a couple of Sundays ago was on the 4th of the 4th, 2020, which is the 444 gateway. And so it's incredibly balancing and healing, and I can feel it. Actually, I can feel it in my bottom chakras today. So the solfeggio chimes, I highly recommend them. Make sure now that you're getting onto the frequencies of solfeggio, which is just tuned a little bit higher than other chimes and are much more healing. Shannon says she's seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 3, 2, 4. And Grant said he sees 1, 2, 3, 4 all the time. I went out, did I? Yeah, I'm flickering a lot. So I do apologise for that. Am I back on now? Tanya says this helps. 4711 was a cologne. It was too. Is shamanic work not that good for the soul? That's a great question. Let me ask. A lot of people turn to shamanism because it's ancient wisdom and it's what we've known in past lives, and it's that black. It can be black magic, it can be witchcraft, it can be all sorts of things that connects us to other realms, but it can be really dangerous because it can zap you. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a book. Vienna Steibel talks a lot about, so shamanism comes from the spirit world, okay, and spirits are the spirit world's where we go when we die, but depending on the evolvement of our soul, we'll go to a higher or a lower level, or we'll go back to the upper fifth plane if we're a master already and we've actually come in to help. So so what can happen is when you work in shamanism, you're drawing energy from you rather than channeling it from or if you're drawing energy, say, from the wind or from something else, then they will take your energy. Okay, so it's a sacrifice. It's a direct trade again, but it's like a sacrifice of energy. So an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Those kinds of sayings. I need to sacrifice my senses to be close to God. We've all been through religion and poverty and self-sacrifice in past lives where we weren't seen as good as other people or as good as God, and were sinners and all that kind of thing. So we come in with a lot of self-sacrificing beliefs, but I'm just going to go to the fourth plane here, and she just talks about some of the vows and commitments that can come with shamanism. And we can even tap into shamanism through the tarot or through using the pendulum. You need to know who you're talking to. If you don't, then you just could be anything or one from the fourth plane, and can be pretty dark energy. It's a big white spirit world out there. So some of the vows and commitments we can bring in from shamanistic practices are: I have to suffer to learn. I learn the hard way. I'm expected to suffer. The more I suffer, the closer I am to God. I have to go through a death door to die or grow spiritually. I need to sacrifice my senses, those kinds of things. And so when you're connected to a higher energy, you're going to bring in that higher energy, and you're not going to be, archangels are higher energy too, but the upper fifth plane, I'll talk about the upper fifth plane because a friend of mine was actually surrounded by the fallen the other day, and they're from the lower fifth plane, and it's an extension of the fourth plane, but they've lived there. I think they're either angels that have fallen or humans that have fallen. I'm not too sure. I've never been there. Don't want to know. And they were surrounding her and getting closer and closer and closer, wanting to help the earth, but whose energy would they have used? They would have used hers. And there would have been no return on that because it would have been for the greater good. And so I intervened and I got rid of them because this person is still learning and was telling me what she could see, and she didn't get a good feeling from them. She knew they wanted to help, but they would have gone through her, right? So yes, the archangels, they all go through me, but I'm connected to the Creator first. So I've asked that there's no trading or sacrifice of energy. There's no taking my light and not giving it back. And it's really, really important. So yes, shamanism is dangerous. It can be. It's not the best. I wouldn't recommend it. A lot of people love the shamanistic practices, but it can actually make you go into ego and make you feel that they'll tell you that you're better than other people, that you deserve to be paid a lot, that the energy comes from you, not from God, and it is quite misleading. And a friend explained to me once, she said, to use shamanism or to work with those lower forms of energies is like you're just never going to get the whole elephant. You'll get the tail, two legs, half a trunk, and an ear, but it won't always be the truth and it won't always be accurate. And so if you're using a pendulum and you're not getting the right answers or it's not accurate, that's because you're accessing the fourth plane spirit world and you don't know who you're talking to. It's like the Ouija board. They come in and they just, tell you what you want to hear and mislead you. So I'm really, really, really big on making sure people understand that. And when you're connecting to an unconditional source of information, which is the seventh plane of existence, which if you can consider, we live in 7 planes of existence, and Creator or the seventh plane, all that is encompassing all the other planes, then when you connect to that, then everything else will be unconditional. I'm being interrupted. Yes, I know, and I don't know why. I'm just having trouble with my connection, I think. So I'm not sure. Sorry about that. Shamanism can take you down a dark path and can be hard to get away from. Bailey says, it's so strange. I've had a channeled message. Those who live with love and light will move forward into the new world. Those who live with hate and anger will be left behind. Exactly. That's exactly right. And so that's why we're being shown this portal now. I'm just going to call in my husband and just see if that I can get a better connection. I can see I'm flickering a lot, so I'm hoping that you're still getting the messages. Can you just kind of give me some thumbs ups or just tell me that, perhaps you're still getting the gist of what I'm saying? I'm hoping. I've had a lot of trouble with connection lately. Bailey, the tone was lovely, wasn't it? Kim. Hello, beautiful Victoria. I'm good, thank you, Kim. Lovely to see you too. Yeah, flickering lots. Yeah, I am flickering lots. As long as you can hear me, though. Okay, well, Bailey, just bring in the white light when you do that. Bring in the white light and work in the light. You'll be fine. Okay, so I'm kind of bitsy and piecey over here, but I just want to read you this channeling now about the 111, and everybody's seeing numbers. And I know I am flickering a lot. Sorry, but here we go. So the 1111 gateway, and it was Archangel Gabriel who gave me this message, and I got it when I was working with a client who was seeing 1147, and so if it does help you a bit, that's good. The Ascension portal is now open, and the invitation to enter it is given as the numbers 11:11, like you see on like 11:11 on the clock. The symmetry of this master number represents the columns of ascension with a colon, a symbol of polarity. So the colon in between, like on the clock, is a symbol of as above, so below. That was new to me. The Ascension Portal is the new activation available to those souls who have risen sufficiently in their consciousness to stay above the lure of third dimensional energy, which is the really dense energy that most people are living in. Just doing for self and politics and fear, all of that, which is heavy in density and stifles spirituality. Now is the time to answer the call and ask for assistance to go through the portal on your journey to becoming a way shower and mentor for others. However, if you are also seeing other numbers repeatedly, the messages behind them are as equally important to uncover, because your ability to receive this new activation depends upon clearing any blockages that have been holding you back. We, the Masters of Light, are ever here to assist you to achieve your dreams and be the very best you can. All we need is permission from you to help you in your quest. 1111 adds to the number 4, which equates to the heart chakra. The activation received when entering the new Ascension portal is one of unconditional love and an instant healing of any lower energies that may still be present within your 4 bodies. If, however, you see the number 4 repeatedly in any combination, it is an indication that a blockage exists in your heart chakra that needs your awareness, recognition, and attention. So that's really interesting, isn't it? Because I didn't really understand that, but each number corresponds to a chakra. All numbers up to 7 can be attributed to the main 7 chakras. 1 before them means that the ascension portal awaits you, but there is a blockage in one or more of your chakras. So 1147 indicates the heart and crown chakras. 1156 means blockages are present in the throat and third eye. If you add 4 and 7 or 5 and 6, they make 11. So when the blockages are cleared, the 1111 portal will be ready to receive and activate your chakras to enter the galactic gateway, represented by the numeral 8. What does it mean then if you're constantly seeing 707, 808, or 909? Like I did this morning, I saw 707. The numeral 0 represents infinity and connection to the Christ consciousness. If you see all of the above number sequences repeatedly, it means that you are already a way shower and a bridge for others to transcend the galactic gateway of the 8th chakra. That is, you teach others how to activate their crown chakra, connect to their own divinity, and to raise their consciousness beyond the physical reality of Earth. Well done, if this applies to you. We are grateful for your assistance, as all angelic energy must be grounded through a human physical body in order to make the positive impact intended. Now is the time to take notice of the loving guidance around you and to become much more diligent in your spiritual practices. Take extra care that your thoughts and words reflect positively and love, reflect positivity and love, because any lower energies around you can only take hold if your energies match theirs. And that's what as above, so below means, so that whatever you put out will come back. And so low vibrations attract low vibrations, fear attracts fear. And so it's so important for us to just try and keep our energies high and positive. That's great. Just reading. Problem due to high internet traffic. Yes, it's probably due to high internet traffic. What does it mean if I see 1111? You're invited to go through the Ascension portal. You're ready to actually do that. And let's do a meditation on that quickly, because I saw that the other day. So way back in 2012, I did on the 12th of the 12th, 2012, we more or less saw this, and this is my first book that I channeled, which was a collection of channelings, fairly random from the masters, but this is pretty much 3D energy, okay? This is what a lot of people are stuck in, even now. And we saw the earth move through the portal, and that was the first wave of ascension. It was kind of the first wave of people answering the call to become way showers and of a higher consciousness. And so there's been a few waves since then, and now's the next one. And so the message that someone wrote up before about people who don't answer the call or who aren't ready will stay left behind is true, but there'll come another activation, there'll come another time when they might be ready, and then they'll go through. All paths lead to the light. It's just you have to be ready, and perhaps you've agreed to do other things, and we're all on a certain journey. So yeah, that is the Sacred Heart. It is. That is the Sacred Heart. And this is the violet flame, so I'm back to front, that transmutes all negativity to positivity. So if you can imagine then what's happening now, what I saw the other day was pretty much like two columns and then a stream of consciousness from light workers and way showers who are ready, actually just going through that doorway. And it's still happening. And when I was told when this pandemic ends, which is sooner rather than later, that wave will be over. So the next wave of ascension will have happened. And it doesn't mean that people who miss out will never get there. They will. There's just always waves. But this one's particularly strong, particularly like confronting, really. And it's the hardest transition that we've had to date because we don't have time. There's no more time for us to muck around and say, oh, will I, won't I? It's either change what we're doing or just watch the planet destruct, pretty much. So this has been pretty brutal, but goodness, there'll be a lot of blessings come out of it, and a lot of amazing way showers and light workers, several of whom I know, who will just be, and we need everybody to just step up like that, because otherwise it's going to take forever and it's going to be awful, so pretty much. So if you just take a few breaths And just do what we always do and just take a breath and ground your energy as light with your breath down through your chakras and down through your legs, through your feet, and down into Mother Earth. And just see those little light roots coming out. And then bring the light back up, feeling your feet firmly on the floor, back up through your chakras, right till there's a beautiful ball of energy rotating on the top of your crown. And then hold the intention that the light of the Creator now comes down through your galactic chakras and joins with your light ever slowly. And you'll see your light being absorbed into Creator's light, which is your light, but it's huge. And then just come gently around you and down to your grounding chakra. And there's no people, so just hold the intention you're in the seventh plane, the unconditional love of the Creator of all that is, and one with His energy, His, her, Mother, Father, God. Kim, I'm going to do it now. We're going to do it together, okay? So just go through this with me and we're going to actually do it now, okay? Right, so just feel your energy merging, becoming one and the same. Give thanks for your gifts. Give thanks for this meditation and ask for guidance and assistance now to enter the 1111 portal if this is your time to do so. If not, then we ask for an unconditional love, chakra activation and healing for your highest and best to prepare you for the time when it's your time to enter the portal. Okay? So that covers all bases so that if you're not ready, then at least you'll still receive an activation and a healing. Make sure you're hydrated. Okay, also calling in Archangel Metatron to assist us with this healing. Now, if you can imagine, see, feel, or imagine that that we're all together holding hands surrounding the earth. And you can see the energy of the earth is patchy, so it has dark and light around it. But up above it, you see a golden stream of light going towards a gateway up above. And that is the Ascension Portal. So before we go, I'm just asking Archangel Metatron to bring everyone's energies into the highest state of alignment and balance. And their consciousness and all bodies in the correct level of the fifth dimensional state that's right for them and for you. And then just willingly allow yourself to join the stream of consciousness, the golden stream of consciousness. As you rise up, you see 2 columns on the left, 2 columns on the right, and then a very bright light in the center, which is the portal. And activating love in your heart space, connected to the unconditional love of the Creator, you go through. For those who aren't ready, who didn't see themselves doing that, see a beautiful light coming down through your chakras and each chakra activating to a higher level. Archangel Metatron, bringing silver energy around you and through you to assist you to bring your energy to a higher state of consciousness. At the same time, bringing up the violet flame so that you may release any blockages, which would be in the form of lack of forgiveness for someone, toxic energies, toxic emotions, anything that is of a lower order can't go with you through the ascension portal. So take this moment to allow those lower energies to release from your chakras, organs, cells, bodies, and aura, and breathe them out as light into the violet flame and see them spark off. And then feel your energies rise to a higher level or ground in the energies that have been able to come in. For those of you who have gone through the portal, we hold the intention that the energies of ascension be grounded into your cells and being, but that they be at a level of vibration that's right for you, so that you don't end up with ascension sickness that's, headachy. And so the headaches, someone said they've had headaches, that is possibly what that is, ascension sickness. Okay, and so then just gently bring yourself back to your body. See Creator's light go back above your head and rise up back to where it was. Breathe your energy down back into your heart space and take a moment to center. Give thanks to Metatron for his help and healing. And then zip your aura up and break your ties with that meditation. Drink lots of water today. Make sure that you write things down if anything wonderful happened, or if you have any questions, please ask to join my group, the Spiritual Journey with Taurus Angels. I'm excited also that I'll be part of the virtual expo on May the 24th on Spiritual Events Directory. So I'll have a booth and I'll also be doing workshops. So make sure that you get yourself onto all of that, and look me up. I'm on victoriacochrane.com. I have 3 books for sale. If you would like them, they're on my website, or you can send me a message. And also don't forget to go onto Gary's page, Solfeggio Sound Healing, here on Facebook. You're welcome, Perla. That's great, Janelle. Kim, how did you go with that? I hope it was good for you. But I saw that portal really bright. So if it didn't happen, don't worry. We have to, everything happens at the right time, but continue to keep your vibrations high, meditate, connect to your guides. You're welcome, Donna. You're welcome, Donna. She feels drawn again to Angel Metatron. Yeah, he's doing a lot of work with a lot of people at the moment to help them ascend or get ready for it. You're welcome, Holly. Welcome, Jennifer. So, time for me to go, get the family some lunch and myself. Lots of love to all of you. Thank you for your interactions and questions today. It's been really great, actually. And I'll just pull a goddess card for you. Just even if you're a male, it's still empowering. The goddesses are really empowering, bringing that beautiful goddess energy. We need the goddess as well as the god. Thank you. You're welcome. All welcome. And the message for everybody is Kuan Yin. Look, sitting in a beautiful lotus flower like that and just bringing in that pink love energy is always a beautiful thing to do. And this one is about, oh, good. Thank you, Anne. She says it was fantastic. That's awesome. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. And that is true. Even the people that seem evil, they have it in there and they'll get there eventually. So just keep working on yourselves, being the best you can be. Yes, beautiful, Perla. Stay well, everyone. Oh, really, Bailey? I'm so sorry about that. I'm hoping, well, it'll be posted up, so go back and watch it again. And lots of love to you all. And I'll see you next week. And don't forget to ask to join my group, The Spiritual Journey with Tor's Angels. Tor is my nickname, Victoria. And I have a little granddaughter, so I'm Nana Tori. Yeah. And yes, and I will write that down and perhaps I'll record it. So if you have trouble, Bailey, just let me know. All right, lots of love. Got to go. Have a beautiful week and weekend, and I'll see you next week. Can I see your comment? Is it normal to feel a little dizzy? Yes, very. It is very normal. To begin with, the seventh plane is the highest source of energy. So if you're not used to being in it, you will feel a little bit dizzy. So it's not good to just try not to stay in there too long. And when you have a shift of energy like that, you will feel dizzy. So the etheric bodies are much lighter than the physical body, so they adjust a lot more quickly, and the physical body just struggles to keep up. It's like, what the heck's going on? And so you might get a bit of headachy, dizzy, feeling a bit spacey, which is why it's really good. You need to drink a lot of water. You need to keep grounded. But if you do have ongoing trouble, just shoot me a message and I'll send a quick bit of energy for you. Okay. Lots of love, everyone. Bye for now.